board exams are literally days away, and I know it's crunch time. So, if you're looking for a super fast, super focused revision of Act 5 of Julius Caesar, you have landed in the right spot. We're not going to waste any time. Let's just get right into it. So, do you need a quick 5-minute rundown of Act 5? Perfect, because we're about to break it all down into the absolute essential points, the stuff you really need to know to smash that English Lit exam. Let's dive in. Okay, so here we are, the battle for Rome. Act 5 throws us right onto the battlefield near Philippi. And, this is it. This is the moment everything in the play has been building towards. It's the final brutal showdown between Brutus and Cassius on one side and Antony and Octavius on the other. They're literally fighting for the soul of Rome. But kicks off, the tension is just, you could cut it with a knife. Brutus and Cassius actually get into a pretty heated argument. Now, they do manage to patch things up, but you can feel it, can't you? There's this heavy, dark cloud hanging over them, this sense of foreboding. You just know something bad is about to happen. Tragic miscalculation. You see, Cassius dies because of a misunderstanding. And that's what's so heartbreaking about it. He isn't actually defeated by the enemy in battle. No, he dies because of a simple, awful misunderstanding. A single piece of false information costs him literally everything. So here's how this terrible misunderstanding goes down. First, Cassius sends his good friend Titinius to go check on some soldiers in the distance. He's watching from a hill, and he sees Titinius suddenly get surrounded by these soldiers. And what does he think? He thinks his friend has been captured by the enemy. So, overcome with shame and fear, Cassius kills himself. And the terrible, devastating irony of it all, those weren't enemy soldiers. They were his own troops celebrating a small victory. But it was too late. The decision was made. Now, let's talk about Brutus and his honorable end. It's so important to contrast his death with Cassius's panicked, mistaken one because, wow, they couldn't be more different. See, Brutus dies because he accepts defeat with honor. Unlike Cassius, who's acting on bad intel, Brutus sees the situation with total clarity. He knows his army is defeated, he knows the whole cause is lost, capture is coming, and he chooses to face that reality head on. And he says goodbye to his friends before taking his own life. This is what really shows the difference between him and Cassius. Brutus's death isn't some rash act of despair. Oh no, it's a very calculated, almost philosophical choice. He calmly says his goodbyes, choosing to die with his honor intact rather than face the shame of being captured by Antony and Octavius. Which brings us to the aftermath, in the famous line about the noblest Roman. So the battle's over. The main conspirators are dead. And as the victors, Antony and Octavius, are looking over the battlefield, Antony says something really powerful and honestly pretty surprising. He looks at Brutus's body and says, "This was the noblest Roman of them all." Now just let that sink in for a second. This is Antony, the guy who gave that fiery speech that turned all of Rome against Brutus, and now he's the one giving him the highest praise possible. This is a huge deal because it shows that even his greatest enemy understood what truly motivated Brutus. Okay, so that's the story. Now let's get practical. This is your exam quick guide. We're going to boil all this down into the core points, the stuff you can literally use to build a fantastic top-scoring answer. First question you're likely to see, why does Cassius kill himself? Let's nail this down. Okay, here are your key reasons for Cassius's death. Point 1, he completely misunderstands the situation. Point 2, he thinks his best friend Titinius has been captured. And point 3, he acts out of shame and fear. Simple, direct, powerful, that's your answer right there. All right, next up, the other side of the coin. Why does Brutus kill himself? Remember, it's all about the contrast. And here are the key reasons for Brutus's death. Number 1, his army is totally defeated. Number 2, he knows for a fact that the conspirators' cause is lost. And number 3, he chooses an honorable death over being captured. See the difference? It's a conscious choice, not a tragic mistake. Okay, let's dig a little deeper for those higher marks. Why on earth does Antony praise Brutus? I mean, he was his enemy, right? Well, Antony believed Brutus was the only conspirator who acted for the good of Rome, not out of envy. He saw a huge difference between them. He figured the others, like Cassius, they were just jealous of Caesar's power. But Brutus, Antony knew he acted from a genuine belief. Misguided, yes, but a genuine belief that he was saving the Republic. His motive was pure, even if the result was a total disaster. And finally, let's zoom out. The big picture question. What was the result of Caesar's death? After all the bloodshed, all the tragedy, what did it all lead to?
Well, take a look. Before the conspiracy, you had the Roman Republic. After, a devastating civil war. Before, you had the conspirators thinking they were in power. After, you've got Antony and Octavius in control. This is the ultimate irony, right? It shows the total, absolute failure of their plan. They killed Caesar to save the Republic, but all they did was kickstart a civil war. Power didn't go back to the people. It just shifted to a new group of powerful men.
So this leaves us with the biggest question of the whole play, and it's a great one to think about for your exam. Was Brutus's honor worth the price of a civil war? We know he acted with honor, we know he thought he was doing the right thing for Rome, but the result was chaos, death, and destruction. So was his noble intention really worth that catastrophic price? That right there is the heart of this entire tragedy. Something to really think about. Good luck on your exams.